Hi Cole, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. I'm here to do your hitting evaluation. So let's get started. First thing we talk about when we do an evaluation on hitting is how you get set up in the batter's box. Okay, so let's talk about some good things here. I really like the way you set your feet up. Your feet are parallel in the batter's box. That's easy to repeat, and that's the key to hitting, is being repeatable. Okay, I like the angle of your bat right now in this position. That's pretty good. Your stance is wide enough. You're in an athletic position to hit, which is good. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things that I'm not so crazy about. Okay, those hands. Okay, you have your big knuckles lined up with your little knuckles, and I want your little knuckles on your top hand to match the little knuckles on your bottom hand. I want that bat coal in your fingertips, not in the palm of your hand. Okay, so let's make a little change there by just getting that bat more into your fingertips and out of the palm of your hand. When you have the bat in the palm of your hand like you do on your bottom hand, you have a tendency to use your big muscles to hit with. Your big muscles, for most people in the world, are slower than your smaller muscles. Okay? We use our lower half for power. We use our hands for speed. When you have the wrong grip, you slow your hands down. And we don't want to do that. Okay? So let's go ahead and progress through here and watch your swing once. Okay, let's stop right here. Okay, so you take a good stride and you land on your toe. Okay, so right here, you see the angle of your foot here, Cole? When you land, it's already started open. Okay, we don't want that to happen, buddy. I want your front foot to look just like your back foot. I want your front foot to look just like your back foot. When you let that happen, that starts a trickle up effect, so to speak. It opens up this front hip. And we don't want that front hip to open up, because that leads to your front shoulder opening up prematurely. Okay. So let's go ahead and watch a swing here. Okay, so the first thing we notice, obviously, is you're a mile out in front. Okay, you're way, way out in front. We got to slow that part of it down. Okay, let me show you, Cole, where I want you to be at contact as far as your body. You should be hitting the ball right now. From the standpoint of your lower half, your back leg, your back knee, okay, and more importantly, this part of your body, your chest, your belt buckle, your belly button. Right now, your chest and belly button or belt buckle are all facing the second baseman. Not second base, but the second baseman. And that's really important that we stay square to home plate. Okay, and right now you are going to rotate so far before you even come close to the baseball that you have no other field to hit it to except for left field. Okay, now if the pitch is inside, that's no big deal. But as it looks like this one is, like it might be a little bit outside, it puts you in a really tough position to hit. Okay, if you were making contact where we talked about, there's some really good things here. Okay, this is really good. That position you have with your right arm. Your left arm's in great position. Your back knee driving down to the inside of your front foot is good. I wish that front foot was closed a little bit more, But those are all good things, but you're just rotating off the ball too quickly. Okay, so let's watch another swing. Okay, so again, that foot comes down and it goes right to being open a little bit. Got to keep that foot closed. Okay, not a bad barrel route. Kind of drag it there a little bit. Okay, so you're in a much better position to hit here from a standpoint of being on time at the ball. You're not out in front, but again, that darn chest is pointing that way. Okay, I want it to be right there at contact. Okay, so let's see what happens after contact. Okay, see the distance between your hand or your knob of your bat and your body? It's about 2 inches. And it should be about 6 or 8 inches. Because of how much you rotate, you really cut off your swing. Okay, and that's just going to lead to losing power and all sorts of things. Okay. Again, back at contact. Okay. Again, really good position with your upper body from your hands and your arms. It's just that you've rotated so far off the ball that the only pitch you're going to hit, Cole, is a pitch, middle or middle in. And I want you and your parents to look at the big picture, Cole. In order to be a complete hitter, we have to be able to hit the ball in the outer half. In a couple years when you get in high school, pitchers are going to have more command. They're going to be able to throw the ball in the outside half. You have to be able to take that away from a pitcher. And with where you are right now, at that position where you are right now, they're going to own you out there in the outer half. Okay, so I mean, you do a lot of good things. Your lower half does a really good job. Your back knee's doing a good job. Got to keep that front foot closed, but there's some really good things in your swing, but we have to get you more square, longer throughout your swing to enable you to hit more pitches, not just the ones right down the middle. Everybody hits the ball down the middle, Cole. You want to be the guy that handles tough pitching, that handles guys that that command the outside half. You can drive the ball to right field and be a complete hitter. Okay? So, I'm going to send you this evaluation, and with it I'm going to send you a couple YouTube links to a couple drills I want you to do. One is called a dead legs drill, and the other one is called a split drill. And both those drills will help you maintain that squareness at contact that I'm looking for. Okay? Don't forget about that grip too. Okay? As far as when you land on your stride foot, Cole, instead of landing on your toe, land on your whole foot. That'll prevent that heel from dropping inside and opening your front side there like it does. And one other thing I noticed here, you look to be kind of bent over quite a bit. Make sure you stay what we call stacked. Stand up, big guy. Looks like you got some lousy pitches there, but stand up as best you can on regular pitches and try to maintain some posture in the batter's box. Okay, so a couple things to work on. Other than that, you got the right idea on the lower half, which is a huge issue for young hitters. So keep up the good work. Thanks for coming to ABC Baseball Camps, and we'll see you next year in Arizona.